Hello, my name is Huffman Buffin and welcome to this week's Dota Wipe. Today in the general headlines we will talk about Dota 2 Reborn, the ISS crisis and more. We talk about what happened in the land of esports and give the spotlight to Natas Vincery in this week's Reborn team. We do an interview with Skylark from London Conspiracy, and last up we're going to have the secret strat. Now here's Peanut Almighty with the general headlines.
Dota 2 Reborn. Now, you may have thought that the Dota 2 interface was getting a little bit clunky and old, a little bit outdated perhaps, but Gaben has heard your prayers and has answered you with a glorious new interface with lots and lots of new features, such as a graph to show you how much you really do feed, or how about individual hero MMR, so everybody knows that your Juggernaut is the shit. What about mod support, where you can download custom game support into your game? The community's been giving mixed feedback about it, saying that perhaps it might be unnecessary and there's more important things to do, but why don't we hear your opinion? You can download it in the link in the description. Now it's time for the Ice crisis. Ice of VC Gaming has been fined for taking off his jacket during the Mars TV Dota Spring League. This sort of thing is common in sports such as tennis, NBA, football, any sport really, but is it a good thing that it's coming into esports? But is it okay to fine someone for just getting a little bit warm? Esports and acting. You may have wondered why certain esports players decide to go into playing video games competitively. Maybe there's other things they could have been doing, like being a lawyer or a computer scientist or an athlete perhaps. Well, this recent advert from Corsair promoting HyperX makes it painfully clear. Enjoy.
Working hard like zombies.
Zombies works for brain. Don't worry, man. You're safe.
Oh. Would you like some aloe vera? Because you just got burned.
Oh, yeah? Well, guess what? Your birth certificate is actually an apology from the condom factory.
Ow.
Boom.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Seriously though, guys, we don't sponsor you to play games all day.
Wait a minute. Holy shit, we've got intruders.
Oh, what is it this time?
Oh, they're after the SSD prototype. Let's go.
Call for backup.
If you want to view this masterpiece in its full glory, then the link is in the description below. Reeves is back. The fun, bubbly Dota Cinema star has made a return into the Dota 2 community, this time with one Nigma No Name, producing a video called Tales of the Trench. Despite striking similarities to Fails of the Week, in which Reeves has recently been replaced by Sir Action-RTS, the community has welcomed Reeves back with open arms. A few have mentioned that perhaps they could try doing something a little bit differently, but most seem happy that he's just come back to us. Welcome back, Reeves. So that's all from me. Let's hear about the esports news with Rhino Boy.
Thank you, Jared. Hello and welcome to the esports news with me, Rhino Boy 11. This is the part of the show where we look at the pro scene of Dota and bring you the news on recent tournaments, team rosters and everything in between. Let's get started. Our featured tournament this week is the Asus ROG Dream League Season 3, which has just reached its conclusion, ending what has been an incredibly entertaining month. In the league part of the tournament, Virtus Pro and Team Empire finished first and second respectively, and so they were automatically invited to the finals. Unfortunately, Team Empire couldn't make it to the finals due to visa issues, and so Alliance took their place, having come third. This left a spot in the playoffs for 7th place Vegas Squadron, but they also couldn't make it, this time due to lack of notice. All in all, 4 teams were invited to the playoffs: Burden United, Natus Winkerai, yes that is the right pronunciation, Ninjas in Pyjamas, and Basically Unknown. Na'Vi won the playoffs, winning their matches against Ninjas in Pyjamas and Burden United to make it to the finals. NIP also qualified, even though they lost their first game against Na'Vi, but they came through the lower bracket and beat Basically Unknown and Burden United to secure their place. The semi-final games were Alliance vs Na'Vi and Virtus Pro vs NIP. Na'Vi saw off Alliance 2 games to nothing, and Virtus Pro did the same to Ninjas in Pyjamas. This meant Alliance faced NIP in the lower bracket semi-final, where NIP came out on top 2 games to 1. In a very close game, Na'Vi also managed to beat Virtus Pro 2-1, which meant VP met NIP in the lower bracket final, where VP were victorious, beating Ninjas in Pyjamas 3-0. This left Natus Winkerai and Virtus Pro to battle it out in the best of 5 to be crowned Dream League Season 3 winners. Virtus Pro started strong by winning the first 2 games in under 30 minutes, leaving them 2-0 up. But Na'Vi didn't go down easily, and won the next 2 games, which levelled the score at 2 games each. The last game was a very close match, but in the end the VP late game draft won them the tournament and they took home a cool $40,000. Speaking of Na'Vi, let's take a look at our reborn team of the week. Swinkerai, aka Na'Vi, aka the team that Dendi plays for, had a pretty disappointing 2014. They started well, having won 2 of their first 3 tournaments in the year, and they came second in the other tournament they competed in. Unfortunately, they couldn't continue this run of form. They came joint 5th in Starladder Season 9 in June last year, and came joint 5th again, this time at ESL 1 Frankfurt. This was followed by a below par showing at the International 4, coming joint 7th with Invictus Gaming, having been beaten by my boys Cloud9 in the first round at the finals. This sadly led Kuroki and Puppy to leave for Team Secret a month after. Na'Vi then added Vanscore and FNG to their roster on the 25th of August 2014. They had a less than desirable run, not coming in the top 3 of any of the next 4 tournaments, which included World Cyber Arena 2014 and Starladder Season 10. Then, from out of nowhere, they came second in the excellent Moscow Cup Season 2, only being beaten by Team Empire in the finals. 2 days after this win, Na'Vi announced the acquisition of Goblak, the new team captain. Whatever he did, it worked, and Na'Vi won their next tournament, the Dota 2 Champions League Season 4, beating Team Tinker 3-0 in the final. After this though, FNG left the team, and Na'Vi finished a respectable 4th in the Captain's Draft 2.0 tournament at the end of last year. Unfortunately, things took a turn for the worst for Swinkerai, and they came joint 5th in Starladder Season 11, followed by an equal 9th at the Dota 2 Asia Championships. What came after this was quite extraordinary. I'll give you the short version. Funnick left, and so they got DK Phobos temporarily from Asus Polar. You with me so far? Then, Goblak left, and so Na'Vi got Seneko in. A week after that happened, DK Phobos went back to Asus Polar, which leaves 1 space left, but both Artstyle and Funnick wanted back into the Na'Vi party. They were both allowed to do so thanks to an unfortunate long-term illness picked up by Vanscore, meaning he had to move to reserve. The roster is now Dendi, Havost, Funnick, Seneko, and Artstyle going into Dream League Season 3. Now, if you've been paying attention, you'll know that this new team, considering all it's been through, came second in Dream League Season 3. That in itself is a huge achievement. But wait, there's more! Na'Vi, for the first time in 4 years, were not automatically invited to the International this year. They had to go through qualifiers. But like the Swinkerai of old, they only lost 2 games of Dota 2, having played a total of 15. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how to stamp your authority on a tournament. Congratulations, Swinkerai, you are our reborn Team of the Week. We've now got to my final segment of the show, which I know you're all super sad about, but we're going out in style. Let's have a look at the official DotaWipe upcoming Team of the Week. This honour is given to the team which we think have performed incredibly well recently and are making their way through the pro scene with some style. Our upcoming Team of the Week this week is London Conspiracy. London Conspiracy is a Greek team made up of Kennysvoice, Skylark, Madara, Skanks224 and team captain SSA Spartan. In May this year, Skylark replaced Relax in position 3 for the team, but Skylark had played with the team in late April at Starladder Season 12, where they came a joint 7th. Other than that result, London Conspiracy have had an amazing 2015, winning 6 out of their 10 tournaments so far this year, not including the International, where they managed to beat Na'Vi 2-0 in the first round of the league games, but couldn't follow this success up in the tournament and so missed out on their chance to go to Seattle this year. They even managed to win Starladder Pro Series Season 11 in January this year, beating Scaryface Z 3-0 in the finals. Even before being signed to the esports company London Conspiracy, the team had success under their previous brand, Extreme XPC International, with the letter X instead of EX to emphasise how extreme this team really was. We here at DotaWipe have no doubt this team is going to go from strength to strength, and really made people notice them at this year's TI, so we can't wait to see where this team goes in the future. And, as if we'd actually planned the show, we can go over to Jared now with an exclusive interview with London Conspiracy's Position 3 player, Skylark.
Okay, so I'm here with Hallis, or Skylark from Dota Conspiracy. How you doing?
Hello, I'm fine.
Congratulations on your recent win on the Razer Think Too Fast tournament.
Thank you very much. Was a cool tournament.
How did you get to where you are now?
It's basically the same story as everyone else, you know, playing from Dota 1 like 4 or 5 years and then switching to Dota 2. from there, in the Greek scene, there's like 5-10 players who shine out, and London Conspiracy actually wanted a change, so they took me as a player because they knew me as well. So that went well for me. So that's how I got as a player.
Okay, so in terms of like your playstyle actually in Dota 2 at the moment in the current meta, how would you describe your personal playstyle and your place within the team?
I'm basically a space creator for my team, like in the offlane role. But because at MLG we had to switch it up because Kaiser is a different playstyle than the standing we used, and I tried to put a little bit of a farming role there. But basically, I create space.
So how would you describe London Conspiracy's playstyle?
One word is Russian. We're becoming Russian.
Yeah.
You know, the playstyle, very aggressive. We like to take the game on us like early. We need to know we have the lead, so we can easily end it most games. But we can take it late. But mostly aggression.
So are there any like who's the funniest player would you say in a London Conspiracy?
The funniest player, Spartan, our captain. There's a lot of jokes, like even on lands, we're having fun. It's not like full serious. That's the fun of having like full Greek roster. No, we're serious, like mostly, but there is also fun parts, which is a really good thing when you're playing for so long. You know, you're like a full year, and if you're like fully serious, I mean, even secret, like for sure. There's some jokes around there. They're laughing in every land they go. You know, they're having fun. If you're not having fun, you're not actually playing.
How did you feel about it when you were when you knew that you were going to be playing in the qualifiers for the internationals?
For me, it was a new thing. Like, you know, I switched up for a month ago. You know, playing for London Conspiracy back then, and suddenly TI qualifiers. I was really hyped. You know, everyone else like knew they were gonna make it to the qualifiers, so they weren't as hyped as I was. But we went there to win. Unfortunately, we didn't. But TI6, that's our goal.
Yeah. So what was like your mindset going into those games was just to win? Would you say? Or?
Yeah, of course it was just win. You know, these games it wasn't actually having fun and stuff. The sad part is that it wasn't played on LAN. I think if it was on LAN, we had like double the chances to win. It's a weird thing. Like we perform better on LAN. Most teams do, but some other don't. And one thing that we lost to Submarine like 2-0 on a game because we were really tired. We had to wait for 5 hours, I think, for our match, and that was really sad. You know, I had exams that day, really important, so I had to stay awake for like 20 hours, and then the game started.
Jeez, yeah, that's tough.
That's unfortunate.
So where do you see yourself and London Conspiracy in a year from now?
I see us doing a really good job if we, you know, focus on it. And everyone right now has the same goal. We are on the same page, so we're gonna do well, really well. But we're gonna see on the upcoming runs after TI.
Cool. So there's not going to be any roster changes. You're going to work hard this year, and then next year we'll hear.
There isn't going to be any roster changes. Like that's actually destroying a team. You know, what you build up in a year is destroying. You know, if it's necessary, of course you're gonna do it because you cannot. If you cannot play with a single player, you know, if he's not good enough for the team, for any reason, you have to do that change. But right now, there's no need to do that. Right now that I got to the level that I am, I'm not gonna stop ever. You know, ever. I mean, these upcoming years, I'm gonna say right now, we're gonna own as a team. One fun fact, actually, my name wasn't my original name. I actually got it from another Greek Dota player. Basically, he let me have it. I didn't knew it was his name originally, so I took it, you know. And shout out to him. And one more shout out to Sneaky. That guy's awesome. Hello, my name is Skylark, and this is the YOLO swag strategy that I created. Suddenly everyone plays it though, you know, the single hero. Bloodseeker is the main thing in that strategy, but you pair it up with Zeus and Nature's Prophet for global damage to give him 800 speed, and then he just runs at you and you're confused because you die. The other two heroes doesn't matter, you know, just go 3v5, it's fine. You can throw pods there, you know, whatever you want. Bloodseeker is OP.
Yes.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Huge thank you to Omicron and Skylark at London Conspiracy. Now, this is our first show and it was a little bit of a pilot, so we'd appreciate absolutely any feedback you guys are willing to give. What worked, what didn't, more funny, more serious? Let us know, please. Until next week, goodbye.